Good morning. Back in the saddle again. Something like that. I hope you all had a wonderful Father's Day weekend. I really do. I hope you all had a wonderful time. Good morning, Mr. Tortorello. Good morning to you, friend. B. Beck. Good day, mate. Good day. My A string is in tune. We have a different perspective today and a pretty long, we enjoyed a really great weekend. My wife made us, all of us, eggs Benedict breakfast for, I don't know, a dozen of us yesterday morning. It was really a wonderful experience. Big fans of the eggs Benny, you know. How about you guys? Did you guys have a good weekend? Just so you know what I'm doing, I'm actually, when I tune the strings, if I ever loosen this tuning posts here, if I loosen these and then tune back up, it still doesn't release all of the slack over into the active, over the nut. It doesn't drain the slack over the nut into the active piece of the string, so I'd like to bend the string to sort of pull the remainder of that, any of that slack back out into the active piece of the string. So that's what's going on, and that's how I find I'm able to stabilize a tuning program. So you see I'm detuning here, I'm down tuning. Now I will tune back up. Bring it up to temperature. And then I'll just go ahead and give it a couple good bends. And that keeps the string set good and honest. It sure does. And we're back here with 60 beats per minute again, and like we usually do for the morning ritual. But it is important. I can't express how important it is over the day to practice increasing your tempo and your capabilities to play speed. You know, that's important. You know, that agility, that sport end of the guitar is pretty important for some of us. Today, if you stick around for the morning ritual, for the entire program this morning, we're going to talk about some strum patterns. I know strum patterns are right at the fundamental, right at the base of where some of us really want to just thrive. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that as part of our warm-up, because if we're rhythm guitar players, which we all could be, if we're aspiring rhythm guitar players, the warm-up is an important place to be with down off. Oh, we're in tune, ready to go. So I think after we get a few more minutes into this warm-up sequence, my hands will be, ready to do the things that are asked of them. I did practice a little bit yesterday and Saturday, and so I'm not totally cold, but I do have a good program today. So who's here? We have B. So Anthony's first out of the gate this morning. B, Sky, Kevin, Mark, good morning, good morning. Hope all the dads of the channel had a great day yesterday. We certainly did over here. Time to make the donuts. That's right. All right, so B, good morning. Yeah. Be driven. Bernie, good morning. Oh, hey, yeah, that's cool. Peruvian, it was Peru, I think, or Chile, I'm not sure where. Let me pick this up. Oh, you know what? This was a friend from, a gift from a friend, this one. A good friend, a really good old friend. You call him Kenny. Yeah, it's actually, look at this. It's got a wee bit of a tail. You can see that, woven by a villager, pretty cool. Pretty fun. It's actually a little bit, it's sort of a little stretch to it. It's that organic material, and then it's just fun and comfortable. It's like super lightweight. All right, should we get started? 1 E and 2 fingers, 3 and 4 on 10 and 12. Begin the pines from Lead Belly. Oh, there you go. Wow. What are you working on right now, B? Mr. Beck. B. Beck. Les, good morning. I saw you on the chord chemistry yesterday. Thanks for hanging out. And then we have thanks, Tort was spoiled. Snazzy. My daughter made me a very cool dead skull little painting. Oh, that's very cool. There's something about the Dead, the Grateful Dead, that is just super fun to listen to, road tripping, and just a great way to look out of a windshield. Do you know what I mean? It's a great way. It makes driving and looking out a windshield just that much more enjoyable. With the right company in your battle wagon. Oh yeah. In the tour bus, 1 E and 2 fingers, 2 and 3, 10 and 12. Mr. Loco, Padalino Loco, good morning, sir. Say hello by Maria, please. Oh, I'll take a look at it. I don't know it. But I'll certainly take a look at it. I appreciate that. That's wonderful here. Wonderful to hear that recommendation, referral. Let's take a look. What's Mark got going on here? I see another. Today is the day I get to stay for the whole live session. Oh, good. We'll start talking about. I want to cover like a rhythmic displacement a little bit more this morning. I just like to do that a little bit. It will be large in part, a picking hand exercise and very heavily metronomic in nature, but we'll go ahead and break through. We'll find a breakthrough here today, I'm certain of it. And sometimes, sometimes the sessions are just like, oh, we're just doing another one of these for what purpose? Oh no, sometimes there's a little bit of that involved in everything, I think. sometimes we can allow that to leach into the guitar practice, the life of the guitar practitioner. But we want to remain, giddy, and just remember that this is a complete privilege and a luxury that we can sit here at all and play the guitar. The fact that we can do this at our leisure, at any time we wish, is really, really a blessing. And definitely not to be overlooked, And so speaking of that, good time to set the attitude of gratitude this morning, and go ahead and set your own personal intentions for your exercise this morning, for your warm-ups this morning. We'll go ahead and I'll set mine. Beginning with breath, just being thankful for the breath that I can breathe on my own at this moment in my life. And then thankful for the intention that I'm setting right now. If my intention is directly related to my practice this morning, this warm-up, I'm warming up so that I can get to a good, deep, and engaging practice today and open up some new doors for myself. And whatever that intention is for you on your guitar, maybe it's your guitar. Hopefully it's just guitar related this morning. We try to keep this guitar related. I know there are a lot of other life things that go on and sort of grab us by the bullhorns once in a while and start steering us around. But while we're here, I'm going to try to make it a point to just focus on not going to the store, not buying the bread, but being right here, right now, with every single click. I want to feel all of those clicks go by. 1 E and a 2. Let's do fingers 2 and 4 on 9 and 12. Here we go. And we're off. There's so many other things to talk about and take note, but what the guitar is, it offers plenty of, how is your thumb angled here? Now, take a look at the thumb behind the fretboard. I'm smearing a sort of a 45. It looks like I'm at least a 45. My forearm, to get down here and be clean about it, my forearm is looking pretty close to a 45 away from the, toward you can see that my elbow comes right into my abdomen right here, just to get that angle for for the benefit of my fret hand. Good. Same thing with fingers 1 and 3 on frets 9 and 12. Oh, I got the skateboard out yesterday. 1 and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. The grandkids loved it. And the grandkids loved it. I landed an ollie yesterday, which was really exciting for me. And of course, another personal goal of mine is to get to the skate park before the end of the summer and actually get some air on the bowl, So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully no broken fingers. I've played through broken fingers before and nearly sawed off fingers before. And, just got to keep going to the best of our ability. Which brings me to another point. Tomorrow morning, we'll be broadcast from the back seat of one of our little mobile battle wagons. And we'll be traveling, we're headed southbound, and we've got to stop. So right in the middle of our stream, we'll be stopping to collect another passenger. I'll be in the back seat of the battle wagon. And we'll be doing some, hopefully the cell signal holds. We thought about canceling for tomorrow, but I thought, you know what? We got another driver. I've got a driver now. and the passenger I was supposed to collect. Now the driver is going to collect while chauffeuring us around the United States, our beautiful interstate highway system. So tomorrow will be broadcast from back of a battle wagon. So 1E and a 2, and here we go. Grayson Dreamer, hey Grandpa, what's up? It is very comfortable compared to a regular strap. Hey, who's this kid? Hey Punk, what's going on? Grayson, do you have a guitar with you? Are you still here? If you're still here, love to hear from you. If you're here, grab your guitar and join us if you have the moment. And just let's go through this warm-up sequence together. And stick around. You might like what's coming up, you know. There's a chance that you might enjoy what's happening here. And you know, you wouldn't want to miss out on a chance to enjoy something. Glad you pulled in, man. I'm certainly glad that you took a moment to take to drop us a line. Great stuff. So we'll start talking a little bit more about that in a few moments. But right now, I just got to get through this really quick, super simple stretch right here. HM Powered Man. What's your favorite chord? Oh, good question. Let's think about that for a moment. What's your favorite chord? Do you have a favorite chord? HM Powered Man. Mr. Man, that's a great name for you. Whiston, can I have one guitar from you? That's a good question. Can you have one guitar from me? Well, episode 131 on July 8, I think it's July 8, is our halfway marker for this morning ritual for guitar growth series right here on YouTube. So if you're sticking around for the entire year, if you're sticking around here to do the old deal, if you're sticking around, you have a chance to win some things. We're going to do a nice little giveaway for our halfway marker. I think we did a nice little session for our 100th episode, and this is, I think, 119 this morning, I think. So a good stretch is going to renew our forearms and part of our shoulders. So what we're going to do is we can rotate as well. Whatever you think is going to work to get this tissue stretched out. This is important, right? Some nice quality breathing in here. And there's no substitution for any of this stuff. There's no substitution for spending the time stretching the arms down. And what I'm noticing is your shoulders will need some attention too, right? Because we want to roll the shoulders back and forth too, I think, as much as we can. And hold those, and then breathe. And then transition, and then hold those again. Those are super important to do because playing especially the acoustic guitar will have us kind of hunched over like and be totally out of hand, you know. So welcome to the new forearms here. This is great. This is going to be super And A sus4, very mysterious. Can't tell if it's major or minor because no third. That's a good solid answer. Very cool. I like whatever chord rings out when you play A and D open. Oh, and so here we go. A sus4. A, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do, re, mi, fa. And then we'll use, let's add a D in there too. And let's add, let's do one of these. Let's do one of these. Let's extend it. So, a couple of different things to do with that. But let's keep it suspended. So we have A, D, B, D again. We could double the D or add a little bit of a fifth in there, and then a G on the top. So it's like the D minor shape. But with an A string and a D string underneath it. That diminished cycle goes a long way. So where were we? Are we starting with fingers 2 and 3 and 4? It's 10, 11, and 12. Let's go ahead and jump through those hoops. 1 E-ended, 2 E-ended, 10, 11, 12, fingers 2 and 3 and 4. Oh, let's say the word go. And you'll notice that every other cycle, every other string, we're starting with an alternate version of the stroke for the pick hand. So for example, when I begin on the low E string, which we'll get to right here, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It can create these really cool rhythmic permutations too that we wouldn't otherwise, necessarily think about if we always use multiples of 2 for numbers of attack on each string. Go ahead and take a look at some chords in our, I think we'll finish up today with some rhythmic displacement. Right, we'll work on the old rhythmic displacement. And this is we'll apply it to both, we'll apply it to maybe how a bluegrasser would, or a flat picker would accompany a melody in the guitar. Genre in that line of work. So we have a nice boom chick, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We'll start with 8th note grid, of course, and then maybe if we have some time, we'll go ahead and dig a little further and jump into the 16th note grid into the world of funky town. So 1 E and a 2, 10 and 11 and 12, and here we go. Oh, D minor is fun. Or B minor, those are both pretty much the same chords, right? In my mind they are. Or D and B minor, or you're talking chords of plurality here, friend. Good. Tropic of Neptune, good morning. I think one of my favorite chords is the very first chord articulated on the Beatles recording, A Hard Day's Night. I think that's one of my favorite chords. could do that. One of the things that I learned with we'll call it Carey. He's a funky guitar player, you know, and one of the things that we do not need to do as funk players, maybe we'll get into that today. This will really potentially open up the door for, you know, a cleaner, funkier sound instead of, you know, this sort of like amateur, sort of dirty sound, if you will. So let's take a look at that. Maybe we'll have time to get there today. It sounds like a pretty exciting thing to me, so we may prioritize that. Stick around. 1 E and a 2, we're using fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're getting right through the old system today on 9, 10, 11, and 12. Also today at 8:45 a.m. we have a video dropping to get us started for the week. It's a song, it's a fairly popular flat picker song or bluegrass song made popular by the late great Mr. Bill Monroe. And the name of the song was originally different, right? But it's now, because of the location near a festival Mr. Monroe used to play near Indiana, it's called something different. It's called Salt Creek now. So Salt Creek is a really wonderful song to absorb and add to any repertoire, really. And this particular video that's dropping is at the beginning, the re-beginning, because it's part of a playlist where if you wanted to, if you dare, you could go back and look at some of the other videos, the older videos in this Salt Creek playlist. It's a little scary. I was a little younger there, a lot more hair on my face, but you know, still the same old dude. But there were some other videos already populating the Salt Creek. I want to update it because there's another nice new arrangement which is super clean, and it's intended to develop speed on your guitar. So this, and I walked you through the original playthrough of the melody. You know, it's almost clean. It's what we call close enough for now. It's not show ready, stage ready, but it's there enough to understand what we're trying to do. And then I'll walk you through the breakdown of the melody. Super clean, and then I'll walk you through some strategies on how to get it up to speed, get it up to about 120, 160 BPM, you know, 170 BPM. And it really is a stepping stone procedure. You really do. I find myself like, if I start something at 90 and then I start trying to access it, jump immediately to like 200 or 170, I can't even count it. It's so fast, like in my mind. I can't even count the song. I can't even hear it or realize it in my brain at that new tempo. I have to incrementally sort of continue to approach it and continue to improve my technique. So at every level, this level, I might spend 2 weeks in order to get it clean at one level, just so you know. And then each click, I almost never jump more than 4 clicks per beat, 4 clicks per minute higher at every. So if I get good at 120 beats per minute, if I get comfortable, proficient, we'll call it, then I'll go up 122. And then that's really different than 120. It is. And then 124, if I feel like 122 is not enough of a rate of change, I will improve that to 124 and work 124 until I mastered that, till I feel very good with that. And then eventually I'll get up to, you know, 170 or 200 or wherever my intended goal is. And then I'll do it, you know, just keep it in the practice routine. I don't know, how do you manage? Do you have spreadsheets? I have sheets. I have multiple sheets of how I manage all of my practice routine. So 1 E and a 2. We'll stretch the 4th finger this time. Same thing that we've been doing. 1, 2, 3, stretch 4, and 9, 10, 11, and 13. 1 E and 2. Here we go. Oh, good night here, 10 p.m. Oh. Oh, bad Leroy Brown. What a great tune. 8 tracks. We're bringing it all back here. I think he did. Good night here. Tropic. Good morning. Tropic of Thunder. Tropic of Neptune. Love the Beatles. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, the guitar. I didn't think anything of it. It was just hanging up on my. I'll show you one of my old road signs. At some point, you'll get a kick out of those. But thank you very kindly for noticing that. I'm doing well also. Thank you, dude. A calendar app called Notion. There you go. I too am a Notion user. I'm thinking like, why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just, build out a Mac page, like a numbers spreadsheet that it does all of the same stuff? So we're not trying to spend too much time on that stuff, but Notion does seem to work pretty well, doesn't it? Low-hanging fruit, Well, Tropic of Neptune, that is very, very cool of you to say that. I really do appreciate that. Sometimes we do let our ego run wild, and that's always it's part of that pendulum of life where eventually, sometimes I'll be like super humble and super, focused, and then other times through all of that goes out the window, of course, sometimes, where I'll diet and exercise correctly and then practice like a banshee, and then other times it will be like there's something else going on. So whatever we're flying through in the universe, I'm not sure but I think we need to have those periods of change, right? And then so eventually we'll end up balanced right down the middle. But I think most of us, life is like that pendulum, right? And it's it's time for the kickstand. Here we go. 1 E and 2, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Only this time we're dropping that first finger back to 8. 1, 2, you know what to do. Focusing on continuity of tone and a little bit of a slur from one position to the next. And just wondering, what happens if I shift to an upstroke? as a leader for each string change. Up, 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 up. I think we're good. Are we still talking about chords? Is it fair to talk about chords still? I think one of my favorite chords is got to be, you know, the second or third chord from Melissa. This one's good, but it needs the context. This is cool because now I can, you know, pretty much play F sharp minor pentatonic, or, you know, it's just like, where's the minor pentatonic? So E, F sharp. Just really great chords everywhere you turn on the guitar. I think one of the most utilitarian chords that we can look at is, you know, one of those, you know, minor 11s, you know, D minor 11 or A major 9, A major 9, right, or E major 6, 9, depending on what you call the root note. This, to me, in my mind, this is, you know, a D minor 7 sort of quality. It's also a B flat major 9. It's also, you know, an A with a flatted 6, you know, a minor 7 sort of extended with a flatted 6 or flat 13. It's also the E flat major 7 sharp 11. It's also, you know, it's a major chord. It's so many, it's such a functional shape, wonderfully functional shape. And instead of using quartal harmony for the entire thing, which we could do, you know, we could just use that fourth stack all the way to the top and then just drop that 3 on the top, and that gives us access to a wonderfully, wonderfully functional chord shape that's super simple to play because it's a really great guitaristic chord pattern or chord form. And another thing I love like to do with these shapes is playing them around the guitar neck. So super utilitarian. So I'd have to say that's one of my top 2 or 3, and it's not 3, right? So I think that's kind of a really great chord to know. I did want to spend a fair amount of time warming up rhythmically with the right hand. So let's go ahead and do a speed drill with the fret hand for now. Can we do one so we'd be doing 16th and then 32nd notes. Got a little bit of talking. I think I'm not sure if we've done that together yet or not. That might be a little bit too much. Let's do 6s, right? 4 notes per string, but triplet in nature. Just getting that picking hand working. This is a slow enough tempo for me where I can still suture my pick through the string set so I can focus on tone. Breath and posture. If you're not doing this with me, you could do triplets. Just everywhere, isn't it? And so I wanted to take a look at, because the E7 sharp 9 is great. We'll probably just get back to this if we have time when we start working on, 16th note grid. But I'd like to start with, the old G5. You don't really need to see what's going on here. So G5 is going to be fret 3 on the low E string, choke out the A string, open D, open G, and then fret 3 on the top 2 strings with either, fingers 3 and 4, or you just kind of laying that third finger down on fret number 3, nail that double stack. All right, so we'll start with 1, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom, check 3. Okay, 1 and 2, 3, 4. We're starting just one attack per beat, super easy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 and 2, 3, 4, and then 1 and 2. So we're kicking it down an eighth note every time we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Next is the end of 3, 2 and 3 and 4 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, and we got it. Good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the A minor 11, which is open. You can use open A if you want. Frets 5 and 5, and then fret 3. This is a great kind of chord because it's suspended, like we talked about earlier, and it's nice to hear it ring. And you could use the open high E string, sure, why not? And the low E string if you'd like, why not? So this kind of rhythmic displacement exercise gives me access to understanding how my picking hand is really appreciating the thing. So I'm either going through all of the strings as one unit, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, then end of 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 4, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So I'm actually thinking of it as a strum. attacks per beat. We've moved way into the future here. So let's take a look at what happens if we had only 2 attacks per beat. So let's say that we were playing on 1 and then the and of 4, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I still need to keep that right hand moving. 1, 2 and T and 4 and 1, so that I can maintain that continuum, that rhythmic continuum with my fret hand or picking hand. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now let's go back to 1 attack per beat just for one moment. Let's see what happens if we treat each chord stab as if it were, you know, a really quick sort of snappy arpeggio, if you will. So we're rolling or pulsating through the strings. And 4 and 1, 2. It'll sound completely different. 2. We could use 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and so you can see how this really starts to get complicated. So let's try 1 and 2 and rhythmically displace that grouping. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then it's 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, then 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and then 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. So that's what is going on. And every rhythmic idea that I have, you know, it's up for grabs. I could run it through the metronome and run it through the displacement program so that I really understand that rhythmic pattern, right? And if I don't, you know, I'm really only understanding one little piece of that rhythmic pattern. So let's do another one where we have 2 attacks per beat this time, but then let's go ahead and use the same chord, the A sus4 or A minor 7/11, and let's use that chord. But then let's go ahead and try 1. The beat. Let's get away from the 1. Let's do the and of 1. The and of 2, and then the downbeat on 4. So and of 1, and of 2, and then 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Mom, ba, mom, and ba, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then you have yourself a really nice rhythmic backdrop so you can practice your A minor pentatonic or whatever over, or A Lillian or A Lydian or A Phrygian, or whatever it is, melodic minor, or maybe you can enjoy that as a melodic minor shape, and instead of the minor 7, you can start working on the minor major 7 with the 11 in it. And then speaking of wonderful chords that we all feel like we should know, I think there's a lot going on here, but again, a lot of it has to do with just G. So down 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So at 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. If I'm a bluegrasser trying to play through, a really great, ripping and roaring Cripple Creek or Salt Creek, I'm really going to focus on nailing the bass notes between the G and then the D, which is transferred to the open D string right here. So G and then open D and then G, open D, G and then D, 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and you notice that I'm working on palm muting that a little bit with the right hand, my picking hand. Gerald, good morning. Thanks for being here with us. These are the chords to Cast No Shadow by Oasis. Oh man, I love those guys. Yeah. So just super simple, just like getting the train rolling. Palm muted, and really locking in on that metronomic feature this morning, down, 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 and you can see the right hand develops its own little dance, right? Down and down and down and down and down. You can see more about the melodic part of this song, Salt Creek, in the session that drops immediately after this at 8:15. It's 8:45, I think it drops, and it's already a members only video, so it's there, but it's going to become public today, this morning at 8:45 a.m. And it's a really burning melody, and it's a really simple arrangement. It's arranged for speed on the guitar. And second element is tone, but it's primarily focused on speed. And we're building the rhythmic structure that belongs behind a song like that here. And we have two features. We have an alternating bass line, plus we also have on the up, so the rhythmic pattern is 1 and 2 and 3, and just letting those top two or three strings ring, 3 clean, separating that, make sure that I'm separating. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on the end of 2 and 1 and 3 and 4, and I'm always on the upbeat with the chord stabs. So that's good to understand for me, because my brain doesn't work like any other way. So if I had to think about this as two separate guitars, the only way I could do that is by playing, that tone with a nice sort of like lightweight, dry sort of like scrape through the strings. And then a warm presentation and warm and fat presentation of the bass line, or alternating bass notes. that creates a little bit lighter air, breathes a little more air into the sound, and then you can tighten it up. And then you can grab the 1 and 2 and a 3, but we're not really into the 16th note grid yet. We'll come back to that. I wanted to just break down into the 16th note grid just for the last 2 minutes here. With the E7 sharp 9, you know, the Jimi Hendrix chord, you know. Purple haze all in my brain. Lady things don't feel the same. Acting funny, but I don't know why. Excuse me. Voila, something or other. You could really experiment with some chord qualities there and reharmonize the whole thing, but the trick is just a and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a, just getting that 16th note grid pattern down, and percussive notes here, and then squeeze the string set off on 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, and 9, or 7, 6, 7, and 8, where we would like to hear the stab. 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E, 1E and a 2E and a 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 1E, 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2, 3E and a 1, and then 4, 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and then a 4E and a 1E and a 4 and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 10 and the 4, 4E and that's it. So that's the whole sequence. So I'm really happy that you joined us today, and I'm really thankful to be here playing the guitar with you every morning. And I certainly hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope you are able to continue playing your guitar and continuing to expand your growth pattern over the span of today. And let us know how it goes. Check it out, the Salt Creek video, and I think for some of us who are into guitar and then speed and the sport end of things, this could be a pretty exciting opportunity for you to approach the acoustic guitar, you know. All right, well, thanks again. Thanks for being here. And Zach Attack, I see you. Good morning. B, good morning. Zach, right on. How's it going? All right, good. Kevin, all right, have a great day, Jason, everyone, until tomorrow. Awesome lesson, Jason. Thanks for being here, Kevin. I appreciate it. And M Fish, we'll see you. Zach, you are totally right. You were correct as usual. And I appreciate it. All right. Oh, smells like Teen Spirit. All right, you going to subscribe, Gani? Yeah, all right, do it. Give us a sub. Oh, there it is. So we could do the hybrid picking sequence with middle and ring. get that melody to happen at the same time as the bass line, right? And it's not right there with the metronome, but you get the point, right? Well, thanks for asking about that. Love the song. Love to see you around again, Gani. And until we meet again tomorrow, I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. until usually 8:30, and we start and stop on time. And I'm a couple minutes over. I'm just getting ready to be out of here, but join us. It's free. It's a morning ritual for guitar growth every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and where we warm up. We warm up, we bring the guitars, we warm up together, and we smile and enjoy the benefits of what this guitar life has to bring. All right, thanks for being here. See you again tomorrow morning, 7:30. Check out the video that's dropping right here on this channel at 8:45 this morning, and we'll see you there. All right, Salt Creek, baby. Happy picking.